Hi, good day. Today I'm going to show you how to hide a series by using a checkbox. The final result will be something like this. You click on the checkbox, check on the checkbox, then the series will disappear. But we will make use of the idea of noun series and also offset, match functions. So you need to know that for continue this. And you also how to know. So, and I'm going to show you how to create a checkbox and the data validation drop-down list. So to start with, we're going to create a pivot table. Let's go to this worksheet and go to Insert, click Pivot Table, choose New Worksheet, and give a name. So we'll say DB Zarana 1. So that's now I'm going to pull a very simple data. So we're going to have the customers, the list, and the sales, the net sales. On top of that, we're going to have the dates. We're going to pull it to the columns labels, date fields. So that's it. Then we're going to create a range, right? This range. So irregardless whether they have a new data they in this worksheet, but we will constantly update the the customer list. So to do that, we're going to create a dynamic range. Go to formulas, name manager, which you can see you already have that, but I will create um, another one. So let's just delete it, delete the rest. So click new. We're going to say this is the customer's list. So use S to represent the loss of customers. And this is going to be an offset function. So we'll start with offset functions, and the starting point will be this label. We'll put comma and selecting, and we're going to start from this point without moving to another point before we select the range. So it will be 0, 0. Right? You need to know offset for continue this video. Now we're going to select from here to here. So we're going to use the count function, the count F functions on the column A, and we're going to minus 1, 2, 3. But later we'll have another label, so we're going to change the 2. So we're going to have about, but at the moment we will have only 1, 2, 3, minus 3 for the count A. Put comma and put 1 columns. That's it. Click OK. So now we select this. Now notice that whoop, we'll make a mistake. Let's go and change that because we're not exactly without moving from the reference point. So you gotta move one row down before we start selecting. So click space. Right. Let's do it again. Well, perfect. That's great. Close. I will have this list. Well, the next thing is that we'll create a noun series. And here we use a function NA. And not only that, these pivot tables, we're going to choose the display field in report filters. We're going to choose to over and down. Although right here you don't see much difference. Next, we're going to create a checkbox. So we got to choose the bubble tab, choose insert, choose the checkbox. Okay, so that's one. Now it's optional whether you want to name the checkbox. Now what's more important is that I want to have this value linked to this cell. So the way to do it is right click on the checkbox, choose format controls, and choose cell link. So click on this cell, click OK. Now if you click on, now if I check on this, it will say true, uncheck will be false. Right, for demo purpose, I'm going to show you several things in one worksheet. Where you can have more complicated one. Now remember we have just created a dynamic range that's called customers, right? Now we're going to create a drop down list right here to show that. So go to data validations, click list. In the source box, press F3, select customers. So now we're going to have a list of customers right here. We can see that. Okay. So where are the ways to create this? Well, right now they have nothing to see. Okay, so might as well we just delete it. Okay, next is that we're going to select this range and give them new range. Now series. That's now series. We're going to check box with true. So what we're going to do is that we also need to define the series for this customer. Right, these are the customer. The series, for example, so if I choose Big Sports, Petrol Pros, this one, right, this company, right, then these are the series that represent this company over the year. So we're going to select all this area, but dynamic, depending on what customer choose on here. Oh, so how to do that? Let's go to the formulas. We're going to create a dynamic range again. Name manager, click new, and we'll give them a name. Oops, before that, we're going to name this as customer one. Customer one. And so that's one, right? So we're going to base on this as a reference point and select from here. We're going to select this range by using the offset. So this is what I'm going to do. Go to Formulas tab, choose Name Manager, choose New. Here we choose Customer 1 series data. Right? So now we choose Offset. So the starting point can be here, but how many rows down, that depends on which value shows on the customer one's name. So in order to do that, we're going to find the match function. The match function will tell you where. So we're going to select, we're going to find this value, and from this column, and it's 0. But we got to somehow remove these few items, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're starting from this, we're looking for this, and from this whole column here. Let's make a guess first, right? And we're going to move one column away from this value to another. So put a 1 there, with comma, and from here we're going to select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But for simplicity, I'm going to use just 10, right? You can use it more dynamic. And uh, so it's not 10 columns, it's one row followed by a 10 column width. So one row height, 10 column width. So that is the range size, right? The range size. So it's going to be something like this, from B6 to K6 for this instance. Then click OK. Let's see if we get it. Now you can see that we're getting it pretty nicely done. So from A4, we're gonna move there. Okay, and then this is -4. Now why is -4? Because we got some irrelevance labels, which is called some net row labels, grand total, and null series. Okay, so we got this data here. Now we'll create a simple chart. We'll just use a line chart. It's going to be a empty chart. Go to the design, choose select data, click add. The series is going to be the customer name. Now the series frame is very make it interesting. We're going to use the series. So the series is called, oh, forgot. Let's just press the key F3 key, get customer series, click OK. Oops, let's see. We can't just say, right? If you want to have a dynamic range, right? Don't forget to have to also type include the sheet name. Okay, let's see. Now you can see, right? So data's right here. Click OK. Okay, so this is a chart, right? And it can change, right? If I change to another customers, right? And you can see that the line chart change. This is not needed, so we can just click the legend and delete it. Well, you have a lot of things to check as well, but for this purpose, we're going to select all the columns are there, right? But this checkbox doesn't work at the moment, right? Now, what we want to do is that if it's checked, then we show the line. If it's not checked, then we do not show the line. So we're going to make use of this. So let's just say this is customer one check. Okay, so give the name of this, right? Remember this cell value depends on the checkbox value. So now go back to your formulas, name manager, choose customer series, click edit. Now in the offset, although we got a dynamic range depending on the columns, right? But we don't have the methods to say, well, if the checkbox is checked, then we show this dynamic range. If not, it will show the null series. Now we use the if function. The if functions. Okay, let's just have the structures of the if function. Now, what's the things to check? You got it, right? We need to check on this. value. And this value has also been labeled as customer 1. So instead of using that, we're going to use customer 1 check. We want to find out whether it is false. Right? If it's false, then we don't show the dynamic range. We just show in empty range by using the non-series. Click OK. Click close. So now if I check on this, it will show that respective customer's data. If I uncheck, nothing will show. This is part of the dashboard. A very important concept to use in every dashboard. Very nice. Thank you. I hope you learned something. Thank you.